Hello everyone. So I wanted to first say, when you start to find your pages and your signature and everything, there are many different threads you can use. You can use twine, like regular hemp twine. I do like to use them quite a bit. You can use baker's twine, which with the series I'm working on right now, I'll probably end up using the baker's twine. You can use wax thread. I mean, there are many different options. And then this is the closest thing I have to embroidery at the moment, because I have my slow stitching put away, but this is basically embroidery thread. You can use this type of thread. It is a thicker thread. I do use it once in a great while, depending on if I need that like warm colored pieces, but I try to use up these first. So, wanted to point that out when you're going to do signatures. Now, we'll work on these today. I think on figuring out what we're going to do for our signatures. Now, you can choose to, again, do what I did here, where you stick something in the middle beforehand. You could wait until after and then have it stick down like this after. So, I mean, that is your decision. There isn't no wrong way. Or you could just leave it like this. I might just actually just use a little bit of paper here just to cover that one spot. So I'm just going to take my ruler here and rip it. So, I mean, again, you do not have to necessarily be too particular with this. Be as particular as you want to be. So again, I just want that added layer there because I don't really like how that looks on the side. My choice. You can make your own choice. I did have a couple people ask, well, what do you do after you have your signatures in to reinforce that spine? I will show you as soon as I get these put in. So again, it's a very easy course here of just getting that covered so it looks good in the inside. Oh, I have my ankle itching right now. I don't know why, but it itches. Weird itch. Alright. So that's my main pieces there. Now, some people prefer having a template to tell you where to punch and everything. I don't normally template it, I'll be honest with you, but I do want to figure out what size pages I want for this. So I'm going to take this and measure it out right here, and it's at 4 3/4. Now I'll double check with my other portion here, and this side's about 4 1/2. So I'd probably have it 4 inches one way, and let's see here, this is about 6 1/4. So this is where I'm just going to grab a bunch of pages. These I already had pretty much for a long time. I cut these out a while ago, so I might as well use them. This is how I go about it. You don't have to. I just like using what I already have, and this is an easy way of doing it. So 4 and 4 make 8. So I'm going to take this, measure it out to be around 8. And then I'm going to slowly cut it. These are my scraps. And it was at 6 1/4, so I want this at around 6, maybe a little bit less, so maybe 5 3/4. Just to give it a little bit of space. So again, I keep all my scraps in a little bin next door, and then I have a bunch of papers here. Now I'm going to set that up because I am going to be using papers from the paper pack to add some more. So okay. These are a bunch of papers from the paper pack. I just took off the top. Let's see here. And that works for me. Again, this may not work for you. This is what I'm doing because this is how I want to. Except when this happens. This is an occasional happening. It ain't necessarily anything's fault. It just does not like me sometimes. So, I'm doing too many at once. So we'll do 2 at a time. Again, line it up at 8. And it cuts it right off. You could choose to keep it. These scraps I'm going to, at the moment, buy 6. So again, this is how I'm going about doing my signature at the moment. You don't have to. Everybody has a different way of doing it. This is just how I'm doing it. Now I want this one, or one piece, so I'm trying to make sure I keep it a part of this. So I guess it is a good thing I did too much, huh? Eight. By 6. Again, I think this makes very unique papers and a different style with it. And again, I like this one, so I'm going to push it this way. Voila. Alright, now that we got a bunch of papers going, I think I'm done with making papers. Now, again, everybody has different choices with this. I think I'm going to do 3 signatures with this, but I'm going to have them smaller signatures. So I'm going to just split this up into thirds quick. Again, I'm trying to go through this with you step by step. I'm doing the prep work and everything right in front of you, because I've noticed a lot of you haven't seen something like this, and that ain't fair to you. You wonder how many pages per signature and this is and that's, and I can't give you the answer because you weren't, again, a part of the prep process, which is not your fault. Now, because I see that these ones have 5 and this one only has 4, I am going to need another one for just that page, which happens. So I'm getting out my thing again, and we're just gonna grab some coffee dyed paper. That's all I'm doing, grabbing some coffee dyed paper. It don't really matter which way, you know, this is another thing a lot of people have on hand. It really don't like this at all. Holy cows, it's just like shredding it. So that's at 8. And let's see if it'll allow us to use 6. So it may not be perfect. That's okay. Again, sometimes you don't need things to perfection. If you want perfection, let me tell you, don't get into journaling. So there we go. To me, it's okay that this one's the odd one out. So now I start my folding process, and I just get it close to, it don't, again, this means each signature is going to have 10 pages, and I'm making this as a gift to my kids' school. So the teachers and that type of thing, if they choose that they don't want to use it or anything, they can hand it to the next person. That's the great thing about this, is it can be regifted, and I'm not gonna fret over it being regifted to somebody else. Now, normally I do try to get at least 10 to 15 pages, but you know what? Again, this is for you guys to learn more than it is for me to make it to my norm. So, again, this is how I do it. You don't have to. If I'm making it as a gift or something, I probably will not fill it with pockets and stuff like that, because unless the person knows what journaling is, junk journaling is, they're not going to be too hot with the, yeah. It all depends on who you're giving it to, I guess, is what I'm saying. The teachers, they want something a little bit more simple, and I'm understanding of that, where somebody who buys and sells journals may want it more interactive. So, again, I'm trying to show you, this is just, again, a gift that I'm going to be making for somebody else, that, again, it's kind of open-ended. I don't know necessarily what they'll like or dislike, and I don't know much about the teachers. So Hence why I'm choosing what I'm choosing. I figured this at least might help them out for winter time. This one I kind of want on the outside. This one would be definitely an inner piece. So again, I normally base it off of where that center picture is going to be. That determines where I'm going to put which one's going in the middle, which one's going in the end. And again, I'm just keeping it simple. But if you weren't going this simple with it, you know what? I kind of feel like it definitely needs more pages. So we're definitely going to make more pages. Yeah, we need to add more pages to this. It is too much, or too little. So let's use this. This is just copy paper, so don't worry, I'm not like using a whole bunch, but my kids get colored paper all the time, colored copy paper. It's like we never run out, is what it feels like. So I'm okay with using a bunch of them for this. And again, I'm just doing 8x6. So that's sometimes too, if you realize, oh wait, you're partially through and you're realizing, oh my goodness, I could be easily using more than what I need more than what I anticipated. Just grab more paper. And I do normally add stuff like book page to it, but again, due to who I'm giving it to, I don't think they'd appreciate that. Giving it to a teacher, yeah, I could foresee them saying, what did you do to this book? So, I know some teachers are actually a part of the junk journal world, but not all of them are. So that's where I use more of my plain papers. Stuff like graph paper and ledger paper, that's okay. But actual book page, not really. I try not to. Just again, because the case may be where the teachers are not going to respect that a little bit. So one, two, three. But I think you seeing that, hey, you can make mistakes with these. It's okay. And yet again, I didn't give myself enough papers. So, you can also, if you're concerned about that, this paper just turned into our third paper. All right. One. And again, you can just add them in as you feel fit to. 2, that just makes it a little bit bigger. So this time I'm going to go backwards because I want this here. Again, it just makes it a little bit thicker. Not much, but a little bit. And it is going to seem a little uneven. For me, I just do this quick. It normally shapes it right back up. Alright, there we go. Now, I like to choose what I want my front cover to look like, and I kind of want it to go there. I want this one in the middle and that one at the end. So, now this is, if you can't tell, is coming off. And this is when, okay, glue stick didn't really do what I wanted it to do. You can take your art glitter glue, if you have art glitter glue, or even regular glue stick, or not glue stick, like white glue, and you can fix that easily with a little white glue. Very easy little fix. Alright, so now we're gonna get to putting in the signatures. I'm gonna check the time quick. If it lets me. Yeah, I'll do the signatures in the next video.